2017, it was a very small company. That's how we started. MD, Mr. Kailash Gupta, had a good feeling about Sri Lanka market. Xiaomi coming in is one of the most leading brands in the world at that time. They were basically making devices, Android devices, because Android has a big market globally and even in Sri Lanka as well. Then Apple came into the picture. So actually from 2018, Gnext was rightly created in the market. Coming 5G to Sri Lanka is very good situation for the mobile industry. We started in 2017. MD, Mr. Kailash Gupta, his vision was, before even we entered the market, he had been very closely working with Sri Lanka market. So when he wanted to establish a company in Sri Lanka, we were trying to get Apple on board with us. But it was quite a challenge because the company was just started. Then what we did was just to sustain and survive in the market, we basically got an agency called Lava. Lava is from China. So Lava was in Sri Lanka at that time. They were looking for a distributor. So this is where we came in. So we started importing Lava and then mobile distribution in the country. And then after a couple of months, of course, we thought that we need more brands coming in. So then we were basically trying to negotiate with so many other brands, because basically always we thought that, the race needs to be really fast. Otherwise, you won't be able to survive in this mobile industry, especially. So then Vivo as a brand was basically looking for a distributor. So basically we started negotiating with them, and then Vivo came into the picture. We started doing distribution with them. And over a period of time, then we thought that, we need more and more brands. Apple was always on top of our mind. We were basically 9 countries as Gnexts Singapore was handling Apple. So Sri Lanka was missing in that list. So the MD was always basically, having some hope that Apple will change their mind and will be the distributor in Sri Lanka. So over a period of time, I think Apple also noticed that there is a significant difference between our distribution in the open market. And then Vivo, some reasons, decided that they wanted to do their own operations in Sri Lanka on their own. So they moved out, and then in that absence, we basically started negotiating with a mobile brand called Xiaomi, MI. That's where one of the breaking points for us, because Xiaomi coming in is one of the most leading brands in the world at that time. They were basically making devices, Android devices, because Android has a big market in the country, globally and even in Sri Lanka as well. So they were basically giving a device at a most economically priced and a good device with a good camera, good memory and all those. And the prices were really, really exciting, because for that price, get all the apps and everything for a device, and the camera was amazing. Then Xiaomi worked out for us, and we expanded our team. And we basically, we got distribution for the entire country. Then Apple came into the picture. So actually from 2018, end of 2018, Gnext was rightly created in the market. So we had 2 best brands in the world, Apple coming from one end and Xiaomi coming in from other end. So we were basically giving the best devices on iOS and on Android. So we were basically, that's where we started growing as a company in Sri Lanka. And then Apple wanted us to basically open up a service center as well, and then a retail store. That's where Gnext store came into the picture. That's where the Gnext service center came into the picture. So we started expanding ourselves. And Xiaomi also basically, significantly the numbers started going up, because every year they started giving better devices with a very good pricing. So, those 2 brands basically is the key for Gnext as of now. What we believe, that we need to be there in the market. If you want to survive, if you want to be, the best distributor, that means you need to have a good team, and then you have to basically have strategies that you can run. That's what we believe, and that's the guidance which is coming from my MD as well. So any mobile industry, I would say, or any electronics will have challenges, difficulties when you have a parallel market happening. I would say PI called parallel imports, right? Which people bring in mobile devices, easy to carry, just you bring in without paying taxes. what I would like to say is that, we are still surviving. We are supporting the economy by paying the taxes, but still we are having challenges and difficulties, right? Because you get, parallel imports coming in without paying taxes, right? I mean, as distributors, I think we are paying about almost 12 to 13% taxes, right? But straight ahead, those people are just bringing in devices, just not paying taxes to the government. So that's where the challenge is. It's the same product which they also bring down. They bring down Xiaomi, they bring down Apple, because our service center is the best example. We get many people coming into service center that they have purchased from outside just for a lower price, and something happens to the device. Any technology related product will have glitches, will have product problems. But if you don't support them at that time, that's where the problem starts. So when they go back to the outlet and say, this is where I bought the phone, can you basically do something? I mean, they don't have a way of supporting, because, my experience with Apple as a device, the service center needs to be 100%, with the guidelines of Apple. That's how they work. So not everybody can afford to have a service center which can support Apple service. So we do. And there are a lot of other LFRs, large format retailers also does service centers, authorized Apple service centers. We all know how difficult it is to that. So, what happens is they are just going and buying the device for a lesser price, right? But when they are really facing issues, there's no one to look after them. This is where we come in. Somehow come out with promotions, awareness, social media, those kind of activities we do. That's something that we always basically tell the customer, okay, buying from us, what's the difference? Why we are asking you to buy? That's because we look after them for 1 year. And then last year, we actually came out with 2-year warranty for the first time, right? The customer is basically looked after for 2 years, Apple. And even Xiaomi is the same. So we used to give 1 year good warranty, and then we look after people. So that's something what we do differently than others. Right? We look after the customer not only when they're buying, and then after they purchase the device as well. We are trying to basically do a small difference than others. So number one is AI right now. I'm excited in 2 things right now, especially, about Sri Lankan market. Artificial intelligence is something that we all have to look after. Look after in the sense there's hope in that. The usage will go up in many ways. And 5G, I had a lot of 2 networks basically rolling out 5G very soon. Coming 5G to Sri Lanka is a very good situation for the mobile industry. There's a lot that you can do and a lot of service that we can offer. 5G coming in from one end and AI coming in from the other end. Those are 2 things that I believe that this industry will go to the next level. So last 2 to 3 years was very bad experience for us. COVID came into the picture. But actually during the COVID time, actually the usage of mobile was going significantly higher because everybody was at home, the homeschooling and, all online. So, people wanted the device in their hand to do their shopping and, watching or educating, all the stuff. Actually, that time, the mobile business, the mobile industry went to the next level because the demand was so high during the COVID time. And then we came and hit the Forex issue, the economic downturn. That's where, as a company, we all face so much challenges. Most countries which goes under these kind of issues bounce back soon and they bounce back better. So we need to be in the market and we need to start importing at any situation. There were situations that we could not get dollars from the banks. Those months and we had to go, even at a loss sometimes. But, as we had a good team, a local team, right, good finance team, a good sales team. So with all the difficulties, still we were somehow importing stocks just to cover up our cost and cover up our losses. Because during the Forex situation, right, from about 195 rupees overnight, it started going up by 100%, almost 80%, 70%. That's not something that any industry can basically be in the market. But I would proud to say as a company, every month somehow we maintained to bring down some stocks to the market. And we were feeding to the market because no one was importing and we were importing. That's a good experience for us. So those challenges we somehow as a team, right, our head office and the local team, right, and people who are working in the country. I think Gnext as a company, the exit ratio, where most companies are facing issues of people leaving for, migrating, going for foreign opportunities or jobs and all those. But somehow we were maintaining our team. there was only about 2% exit ratio. So that was a good thing which was happening because people was confident, right, that this company will survive. I've been in this industry for almost like close to 20 years now. Most of the people who are working at Gnext right now have been working with me more than 15 plus years. The senior guys at least. So I believe in people. I believe in dedicating work with them, giving them the ownership of what they do. So in my books, I just tell them this is what I look at, but you can come out with your own thing. So I mean, without a good team, no company can survive. Perfect example is Gnext for the past 2 years. People basically survived with us, worked with us, right, during the good times and bad times. Before the 2 years, people were given good benefits and they were working with us, giving us the same result. During the difficult times also, people basically stayed with us, worked with us, made sure that the company was. That's a leader, I think, always should be with the people. Listen to people, look at their difficulties, support them however the way that you can. And our head office also basically always said that, you have to look after the people. There were so many difficulties. There was no fuel, there was health issues, all those stuff. Whenever there's an issue, I always get support from my head office, especially from my MD. And it's easy to work with a situation like that. We all believe in people. People will always take the company to the next level. That's what, as a leader, I believe. And I intend to do that in the future. I see a good future, especially for the industry. So we have a lot of plans. We are trying to expand our retail. We are trying to bring in another brand, but not related to mobile. But it's a very exciting brand. Right? Sri Lanka needs brands like that. We're expanding one side on retail. One side, we want to bring down more and more experience to the people. So we are going to now we are negotiating with a lot of good brands. I think Sri Lanka needs those. Right? We need to be with the technology. I think we are a little bit away from, looking at the entire world in terms of technology. Technology is basically changing every day. So what we feel is that, we need to somehow catch up to those and then bring technology, more and more technology-related products, accessories, new products, new brands. So we are looking at all those. Right?